So the statistics for the players who are competing today are as follows. Now that you can hear me, I'm no longer on mute. The first set is Seikilos here versus DJ Sapson. Oops. Come on. There we go. So these players got a bunch of games under their belt, I'm sure. 2K to 17 point, well, 2K to 1.7K basically. So it could be an uphill fight for DJ Sapson, but you never know. There might be some kind of, there might be some sort of very disruptive strategy that he picks, and he's able to win that way. So let's jump into the game, guys, and let's see here. Oh, yep, there we go. We got it. Alright. So we're going to trigger the fog of war here, just so that I can show you guys what's going on. This is a Nomad map, of course. It's structured like traditional Nomad. Your start involves this scouting unit and this ox wagon, which you can unpack by deleting. So it gives you kind of a little bit of vision around you, but because you don't have 3 villagers, you're less likely to have as much vision early on. Alright, so if we take a look at Seikilos, he's going to be in a similar situation, although it looks like he found a sheep. The presence of this scout here is slightly different than the other ones. He can barely attack, but he has 130 HP. So let's go. We'll see that Seikilos is going to try to find a good spot to start building his town center. It's going to be right here. So it spawns 3 villagers and a visionless water buffalo whose scouting you cannot, you know, sometimes the players love to scout with their water buffalo that can't see. Let's take a look at Sapson and see where he's building. Seems like Sapson feels pretty confident maybe that there's no water up here, or maybe he thinks that there is water up here and that's why he built up here. But he's got a good wood line, he's got some gold, he's got his water buffalo with 150 food, and he's got at least 1 sheep. Okay, so Sapson is determining that he's got the edge of the map here. There's no water behind him, which could be good or bad, as long as he's able to get fair access to the water. I like how Seikilos, like, his villagers are in the same... Oh, no. Wait, what? Seikilos has already sent a villager out. Alright, it looks like he wants to build a dock. Seikilos is playing as the Cyan Malians, so it makes a lot of sense. Malian buildings cost less wood, so they get that free fishing ship, if you will. He's already got the dock foundation placed, but he's going to build his house first, which makes a lot of sense because his town center is already up, and he needs to get that house up before this dock is, or he needs to get the house up before the villagers created. Otherwise, he'll be housed, and it will be a waste of time. So he's going to build this dock here. He's going to take some fish. He's probably going to take the shore fish too. Let's take a look and see what Sapson is doing. Sapson is playing as the Yellow Byzantines. The Byzantines are, of course, my favorite civilization. But they have no economic bonuses. So it can be a little bit harder to get a good start on this map. Sapson looking for a good fish shoal. He's probably going to build his dock right here. We'll see. Or he'll just continue on. Okay, just continue on her merry way. Byzantines are a very defensive civilization. Okay, Seikilos has not found that. That's very good that Seikilos didn't find that. But Sapson is sort of playing with fire here. Yeah, Seikilos was very close to finding that. You could probably lame a villager this way, but I feel like Sapson is spending a lot of time trying to find a dock location. Alright, there we go. So he did build one. I wonder why he didn't build it back here. It could be that he wanted space to build multiple docks, so he built this one up front to kind of give him a defensive point. But I'm not really sure. Let's see if Seikilos loses his scout. Probably not, because this scout is pretty tanky. But it is going to be quite hurt. Sapson was paying attention. Seikilos is going to take these sheep, though, which is unfortunate for Sapson because they were right next to his town center. But Seikilos not paying attention. Is he going to lose his scout? Oh, that hurts. So Seikilos gets the sheep, but is Sapson just going to take those sheep back? I don't think so, actually. Sapson is none the wiser of these sheep. He had no clue that they even existed. And, what is this? It's just laming the deer or what? I bet Sapson is doing that weird trick where you pick up the deer meat, and then you click on the fish, and it turns into fish food, and then that can be dropped off at the dock. Let's see. No fishing ships from Sapson yet. But Seikilos got an earlier start, and he's Malians. So Seikilos is going to have an economic advantage. Let's see if I can get some useful information going here. Here we go. Try cycling through this. Okay, so Seikilos with a 3-villager lead. And here are the economic stats. You guys can see their resources down here. That's a trick that the otter one taught me. Hey, Cookie Pirate, welcome. So Sapson looking for some trouble here. Looks like Seikilos sent his water buffalo out to scout accidentally and then lost it. So that'll come up later. Sapson has a score lead though over Seikilos despite having fewer villagers. Yeah, Seikilos with 3 additional villagers over Sapson. Let's check and see what Sapson's population looks like. Yeah, behind. Alright, Sapson's starting to come in with this deer meat. Wonder if he's going to retask the villager or what. Maybe he just takes it. Yeah, he retasks the villager so that she becomes a fisherman, and she's carrying 35 fish meat. And then she'll drop that off, and that'll be helpful to him. Can use that to almost queue up another villager here. Wonder if she's going to go back and finish off this deer. Probably. Sapson's saying he's got it. I don't know what Sapson has got. Maybe he's got the moves. And it looks like both players have found an ample amount of sheep. There is a lot of sheep on this map. Maybe almost too much sheep. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. It's an opportunity to decide. We can always modify the map if it has too many sheep. I like to maintain all of the maps on the GitHub repository. Alright, 3 fishing ships for Sapson. Seikilos with 4. Seikilos looks to be doing the same. Oh, maybe not. No. I think Seikilos is going up to the next stage. Let's see. Yep. Seikilos is going up to the feudal age. And Sapson scouts this villager here. She became a villager, and Seikilos wanted to fight. But Sapson didn't want to fight. It's not clear to me who would win that fight anyway. I actually don't think Sapson could win that fight. But he's going to be able to scout. He does not know that Seikilos... Oops. Sapson does not know that Seikilos is building another dock, though. So, that's a disadvantage for him. But he could assume that Seikilos is doing that. So I'm wondering if Sapson is just going to let these fish go. Will Sapson let the fish go? He's got 5 fish, so it's not trivial. But it's almost like he's doing more of a fast castle build because he's going up later. I mean, look at this. He's going up with 29 population, 5 of which he's going to lose to Seikilos if he can't defend it from the fire ships. Seikilos is going to be feudal age pretty soon. Yeah, it's just about to hit here. And we'll see... Oh, galleys. Okay. So Seikilos desires galleys. And Sapson will probably go into fire ships. What is this? What is Sapson doing? He's just sailing down here. It's like he's sailing past legitimate fish, too. So I think maybe he's hoping to lure... Oh, he's just scouting, perhaps. But why would you send 5 fishing ships to scout? That doesn't really make any sense. I don't know. I don't understand that one. So Seikilos is going to take out this fishing ship, and he's going to send this guy over here to kill the rest of the fishing ships. He's building fire ships, too. I think he might be worried that Sapson is close. Sapson is not really close, and he hasn't built another dock. So, I don't know that Sapson is serious I don't think he's serious about contesting water. Let's see. He is building a single fire galley. But surely he must know. Actually, Sapson does not know that... Okay, he does. He knows that Seikilos on 2 docks. So that will affect some of his decision-making process. But I really don't know if he can catch up on water at this point. I would love to see Sapson give up water and then still win some way. It kind of actually really, really frustrates me how important water is on Nomad. It is annoying. So if Sapson canceled those fire ships and like force dropped off, he could probably go up to the next stage if he had the buildings. The Byzantine fire ship attacking faster. Sapson sending a repair villager. Now Byzantine fire ships do attack faster. I don't know if he's going to make it in time. No, he does not. Just barely. Fails to make it in time, which is unfortunate. I would just cancel this, Sapson. I would cancel it and go up. I don't think he's going to wrestle water out from Seikilos. And, like, what's left? What is left? I guess he could pressure Seikilos' fishing ships, but I don't really know that he needs to. Yeah, it's nothing. Just some sheep. Seikilos is transitioning over here to stone. He wants to build an outpost. I don't really know why. I think it's because Seikilos does not know where Sapson is. Wait, no, he must. I don't know, actually. He has to know where Sapson is because he scouted his town center. Alright, guys, I'm sorry. I can't justify this outpost here. I have no idea why he's outposting that. That is just a mystery to me. What are the chances that Sapson gets over here and like builds a tower right here? You know, when his town center is all the way over here. It just doesn't make any sense. So Seikilos on his way up to the Castle Age, and Sapson strangely getting wheelbarrow for some reason, despite not having any villagers on farms. So maybe Sapson is going to do something a little bit different. He's going to come out and he's going to build stone walls everywhere. That would be kind of a winning move, in my opinion. I love stone walls, but I just don't know. The good news for Sapson is that even though he's lost control of water, this edge of the map doesn't border water. So, you know, it's less of his base that's denied by ships. And Sapson does have a score lead now, although that will probably change as soon as Seikilos gets up to the next stage. And so he's forcing down a blacksmith here. And it looks like he sold some of his extra resources. And he's going to be clicking up to the Castle Age momentarily, as soon as he's done idling his town center, whatever that is. There we go. Actually, I can tell you exactly when that is. That's when his blacksmith will be finished. So, blacksmith is finished, and he is now on his way up to the Castle Age. And he's building fire ships from 2 docks. He managed to sneak up a dock here, and I don't know where his other dock is. Oh, he built a dock over here. Alright, well, maybe somehow Seikilos knew that there was a villager over there, but that doesn't really make any sense. I feel like Seikilos would have chased that down, but maybe not. Seikilos building a defensive castle on its gold here. This is a safe castle. He's not sure what kind of military presence his opponent has, and he's got these outposts here. He's just afraid of this one villager, I guess. And Sapson just going to walk right through. There's a hole in the wall. That's convenient. And he's going to take these sheep, and I guess he's just going to get out of there. The good news for Sapson is that his unique unit hard counters Seikilos' unique unit, like, easily. The Cataphract just murder Gebeto. Unless there's, like, something very wrong with the Cataphracts, like they're missing the Castle Age armor upgrade, or they're outnumbered 20 to 1. They will pretty much destroy Gebetos. Now, Sapson needs to get a solution here to these Gebetos, because he's going to have Gebetos start running around his base, killing things. Seikilos with a 7-villager lead over Sapson. Sapson has just hit the Castle Age. He may choose to throw down another town center, but instead decides to go for a monastery, which is the right thing to do. The monastery will allow him to make monks to counter these Gabetos. Now, Seikilos is making a monastery of his own. Guys, remember that Alchemy League is always played in standard victory conditions. Because why not? If you can have a game with more options, more things that could happen, where somebody could win with a wonder or with relics, why wouldn't you? I just don't understand. I think it's because people are salty at the high level. Ah, yes. This is awesome. I love this right here. He's stonewalling it off. I don't know how efficient it is. Since Seikilos controls water, he could just build a transport ship and transport the Gabetos over here, but it's an extra step. So it'll help keep the Gabetos at least away from his berry pickers and his hunters. There's another boar there. So they'll have to come in here some way, somehow. Right now the Gabetos are attacking the barracks. Sapson is making a monk. He's got a monk out already. One monk is not enough for this, but 2 monks should be enough. And Sapson building a siege workshop, presumably for those scorpions. And he's going to start to convert the Gabetos. The range on the monk is vastly superior. He does get a Gabeto conversion, but the other Gabetos kill it. Say, hey, you're fighting for the wrong army. And they're stopping him. Now, remember that wall that Sapson was building earlier? Well, it comes in handy right now. And these are Byzantine walls, too. They have extra health. So Seikilos can't get in there. If that wall weren't there, Seikilos would have run back here and had a field day. But the monks are slow, you know. The monks need things like walls to funnel units into specific places. Otherwise, the units just go everywhere and the monks can't keep up. Now, Sapson thought that Seikilos was going to try to chisel his way in here, but that is not the case. He probably just wants to snag this relic, but unfortunately for Sapson, Seikilos in. But fortunately for Sapson, Seikilos decides to come over here instead of back here on this gold mine. He has a scorpion out. So Seikilos has gotten a couple of villager snipes. Sapson booming to try to keep up. Unfortunately, though, he loses his scorpion. The Gabetos have to withdraw. There are enough monks to challenge them. And Sapson just trying to get this town center up. I love how Seikilos does the split micro on the monks. Monks don't miss! Alright, so Seikilos' Gabeto army takes a big hit there. He's basically got 3 Gabetos left. But he did clean up Sapson's monks. So, overall, it was a win for Seikilos there. He got better value out of that exchange. Here comes another monk, though, from Sapson. Now, hopefully, for Sapson's sake, he'll target the high HP Gabeto, and not this weak one over here. Let's see how many town centers Seikilos on. It looks like Seikilos on 3 town centers. Seikilos has not really expanded his fish boom. I think he's... Oh. He's coming over here because he thinks that Sapson might have made fish himself. And Sapson built a sneaky dock over there. And I think Seikilos found it, though. Yep. Seikilos scouted it. So Sapson knows that he needs to defend this now. And so Seikilos is sending his navy over that way. It's the nice thing about the 3 sides Nomad, like the Nomad with water on 3 sides instead of 4, is it's easier to do stealthy things. Because it can take a long time to sail from this corner to this corner, if you gotta go all the way around. So, Sapson building a pretty forward town center here. Seikilos has destroyed this barracks, and now he's working on this blacksmith. And he is deciding to fish boom. I think he realizes that Sapson does not really want to go back onto water. So, unfortunately for Sapson. But Sapson is only about 12 villagers behind Seikilos. And Seikilos and Sapson having some ladies throw some daggers at each other. There we go. Sapson wins that exchange. Seikilos housed, he's going to move on to destroy this market. I'm not sure why he didn't just destroy the blacksmith. It literally had 280 HP left. Alright, Seikilos coming in with a spicy castle drop. This could go very well or it could go very poorly. Depends on what Sapson has. I think it's going to go up though. I don't think Sapson can stop this. Sapson building a tower, but this tower does not have the range, and these Gabetos will deny the tower. There aren't enough villagers in this town center to stop the Gabetos from just killing these villagers. Sapson. He's got a mangonel, actually. He could land a juicy hit on those Gabeto. But he's not going to stop the castle. Shikso is going to get this castle up. Strangely, though, and this tower can't even reach these villagers, so that's a little bit of a fail. Sapson has built a cavalry archer. I would assume that that's a misclick. I don't think Sapson wants to go into cavalry archers. They kind of suck. At least for Byzantines. Personally, I think they suck all the time, but there are people that just love them. They're like the sexiest unit ever to some people. Okay, a little bit of an extra wall segment there. He doesn't need to build that. Shikso wants to... I guess he wants to deny the gold. He's going to deny this gold up here. However, Sapson... Oh, Sapson. He needs to finish this wall segment here. Alright, well, he didn't finish it. That's going to be annoying. He could build a gate. Yep. There it is. Nope, they're in. God damn it. Such a fast unit. So it's 96 to 86 villagers. Sapson is still doing a decent job booming, but these raids could really ruin him. Sapson is over here attacking this town center, but Shikso's everywhere with the Gabetos. I'm wondering why there are so many ranges, what the purpose of the skirmishers is. Gabetos are not considered archers. Good hit. So skirmishers don't do anything to them. Yeah, they do so much bonus. They do a lot of melee damage to the mangonels. But skirmishers are not going to hurt Gabetos. But another case of a player just sort of being behind and trying to take a decent fight, but just can't get it. And like somebody else having just these units that they can just micro and get infinite value for. Sapson has lost so much for very little cost. Even though his economy is similarly sized to Shikso's, he's got all of these farms here. So with Shikso reaching the Imperial Age, I think that the end is near for Sapson. I don't think he can do much. He's nowhere close. He's building mangonels to counter the Gabetos. He needs Cataphract. So, if you're Byzantines and you're up against Malians, the army composition that you want to get to is Cataphract and Pike. So the Gabetos just sniping that mangonel instead. This castle will go up because there's freaking Gabetos everywhere. So what can Sapson do about it? Trebuchets are coming out. Skirmishers are being massed. I think this is pretty close to being over. Sapson calls the GG. He sees it as well. So game 1 goes to Shikso in this Play All 2 set from Alchemy League Season 3. Sprint 1, Round 2. Now let us go and take a look at the next game here. Actually, first we're going to take a look at the statistic. Look at this disgusting KD right here. This is Gabeto Micro. Poor Sapson. Sapson converted 7 of them, and he still couldn't stop this. So just huge value. Sapson actually with more wood collected, but Shikso had more of everything else. Similar villager count, but he just got clobbered by that KD. So now we're going to go over here and look at the second game, which is played on Libadi. Let's load the replay. So Libadi is my take on Prairie by Ensemble Studios. So you start with 2 of these scouts. We're back to the normal scouts here. They've got 7 attack, but only 15 HP. So they're pretty fragile. But you start with 2 of them, so everybody has to get loom immediately. So that kind of makes it harder to get a villager snipe, even though there are 2 units sniping villagers. So let's talk about the civilizations. Samson has selected the Lithuanians, and Shikso has selected the Mongols. So Mongols, I understand, they're a popular civilization on this map because there is a lot of hunted meat here. So Shikso's philosophy is, I'm going to play as Mongols, I'm going to take the deer very quickly, I'm going to get up to the next stage quickly, and that will give me a big advantage. Maybe he'll go scouts, maybe he'll do something different, who knows. Samson, though, is out here laming the deer, which I think is pretty hilarious. Seeing that his opponent is Mongols, he's probably just like, yeah, I just want to lame my opponent. He comes up here, he steals Shikso's sheep. So I think Shikso has not realized what Samson is up to yet. Let's see. Yeah, Shikso has not scouted the dead deer yet, so he does not know. Caught me off guard. Did you practice? Asks he. So Samson, he's going to find this deer. I don't think he'll try to snipe that one. He might. His goal is to deny as much food as possible, and there is not a lot of food on this map. This is a tough map. If you are... No. If you are not... Uh-oh. Oh, no! Yeah. If... Uh-oh. He doesn't even care if he loses his villager. He just wants to kill the deer and idle Shikso's town center. And Shikso should be totally going for him. What's going on? So he's going to lose this villager, right? She's very far away from home. There are 2 enemy scouts. But this villager has killed pretty much half of Shikso's meat out here. I mean, it wouldn't be fair to say that she's denied it, but Shikso now cannot push this food underneath his town center. What? This lady won somehow. He must have gotten a hill advantage. That's how. I did not think he could do that. Alright, Shikso gonna mill it out here. Shikso's opinion is, I need a mill anyway. Might as well build it here. Some meat will be wasted, but it's okay. But I think it's very bad for Shikso that he did not manage to kill that villager. Shikso saying, no, I didn't practice. But Samson did practice. He says yes. So that means that Samson could have a strategy here. Guys, remember that this mill is coming before the lumber camp. Sometimes Mongols do that. So Samson is going to reunite this villager with his... Oh, and he's going to try to lame the gold. That's not going to work. Yeah, he can't get away there. That was a little bit of greed. He should have sent that lady home. So Samson being careful. He doesn't want to get drawn under that town center again. But Shikso is going to have to... He's going to need to build another house, and he's going to need to chop these stragglers. He's going to need to build a lumber camp. So, you know, it could be that Samson has succeeded in kind of messing Shikso up here. Because if Shikso's not careful, he could get housed while not having enough wood to build another house, and that would be a disaster. The good news for Shikso is that he has plenty of food to click up to the next stage, but he may not want to yet, because by the time he gets there, is he really going to be able to afford a stable? So he's sending like everybody to go and chop stragglers around the town center now. He needs to get enough wood to get a lumber camp going. Alright, we've been talking mostly about Shikso's base. Let's take a look at Samson's. He's got one villager on wood here. He's got his mill, he's milled his deer. He's doing the same thing. He's taking the berries, taking the sheep underneath his town center. Remember, he stole 2 of Shikso's sheep. Cookies Pirate says, this map is brutal even for those who like traditional open maps. It's true. He's rooting for DJ Samson for picking the Litz, and he wants to see a tie. That would be nice. He has partially denied it because some of the meat is wasting away. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Some of the meat did waste away. So notice how... Okay, Shikso just finished his house. He needs to build another house. He's massively on wood here. He's got 8 on wood. He's just finishing up these stragglers here. And he really wants to get enough wood to build a barracks and to build a stable to be able to do his thing, right? To go scouts. Here's the barracks. And he really needs to get the wood in for that stable, but I don't know if we're going to see it yet. So I think you could argue that Sapson has been effective. And Sapson is actually feudal age first, which is not good for Seikilos. You can argue that Sapson's laming was effective, even if it cost him a villager. Okay, so feudal age is in. Seikilos has the wood for a stable. Will we see it? I don't think we will. I think he's going to build farms. Yeah, he's getting horse collar. He's getting double bit axe, and he is building farms. So Seikilos is taking the economic approach, which is honestly, it's probably the right thing to do here. Not just because Seikilos is very good at the game, being a 2K player, but just because you don't want to run out of food, right? You don't want your town center to be idle, and there is like nothing nearby. So he knows he's been lamed. He's hurting. He's down 200 food, and he can feel it. There's not a lot on this map. Now, Seikilos does have the opportunity to come out here and take some food elsewhere. There are a couple berry bushes that he could use. So he's going to build a mill here that he's found. And there might be some more berries on the other side too, but the deer in the center have pretty much all been killed off. Sapson going scouts here. Sapson playing dirty though. He wants a win. He wants to tie it up against Seikilos. So Seikilos is now going to build a stable of his own, but he doesn't really have a great food income going. So the good news is that Sapson is going over here. So that's good news for Seikilos, because Seikilos doesn't have anything over here. Okay, Seikilos, seemingly aware of the scouts, sends his spearmen over to protect his wood line. This lady is stalling there. Okay, now she found it. She found her way back. So, a couple of scouts. Oh, Sapson deciding, nope, no thank you. Nope, don't want to go over there. And so far, Seikilos is lucky in the sense that Sapson has not discovered this. Seikilos needs to queue up another villager. There he goes. He's just having a rough, dark and feudal age. What is this? Sapson is building a watchtower here, and Seikilos wants nothing to do with this. He's got some villagers in here trying to batter down this watchtower. They get the first layer of wall down there, so now you can get villagers attacking on both sides. We've got scouts here coming in, and Seikilos even sends his scouting dude back here to contest this. There are some spearmen, so Sapson needs to be careful. Yeah, he can't really engage here. So Sapson deletes the walls and heads home. But lucky for Seikilos, this tower would have been devastating to Seikilos. Would have had to relocate his wood line here, disrupt his food income. Although for Seikilos, he's at least getting wood and throwing down farms, even if he can't make much with it yet. He's still just focused on villagers. He's almost done with his berries over here. So I don't know what he'll do after that. Sapson, really, I don't know what this is. I think this is just keep my villager alive kind of walls. Until he can get enough army to come over there and save her. But Sapson is in control of this game. He's in the driver's seat. And Seikilos is just surviving after Sapson lamed him. Alright, Seikilos is thinking about going on to gold here. This could suggest one of two things. That he's going to make scouts and he's going to get... Okay, he is making scouts. And that he's going to get bloodlines for them. Or that he's thinking about Castle Age. He has 14 farms. I don't think he's gotten Wheelbarrow yet. He's going to have to throw down a house quick. There's a villager building a house. He hasn't canceled this villager to get Wheelbarrow, so that makes me think he already has it. Sapson coming around with some scouts. He's looking for damage, but instead just taking it. Seikilos with a trap. But he doesn't garrison the town center. So those scouts are not damaged by the trap. Shikso making scouts. He's got 4 scouts now, so he actually has army to contest what Sapsan is doing. Sapsan continuing his wall off. It's a pretty open map. It's hard to wall off. There's a gap here, but he's got a spearman protecting it. There's a gap here, but he's got a town center protecting it. There's a gap here, and he's got nothing protecting it. So he'll probably just wall straight across here. I guess he could try to wall diagonally to the water, but it's probably not worth it. What is this? Shikso going archers? What? Now, I also want to point out, guys, that the Lithuanians get extra starting food. I always thought it was 150 extra starting food. Now I think it's something silly and broken up or something. I don't remember. If you're in chat and you know, let me know so that I can keep up to date on those sorts of things. Oh, okay, Shikso has made a single archer here, and he's just going to kill this villager. Sapsan going to try to run away, but she doesn't make it very far. So she comes up here, builds this nice house in enemy territory, and then is killed by enemy ruffians. Sapsan and Shikso are going to do their scout fight thing. Mongols don't get the extra health until next age. Sapsan cleaning that up mostly, actually. He was able to dodge the spearmen. And Sapsan is going to finish off his wall. So this will keep him somewhat protected. He's got a gold back here, too. He's got a larger gold here. So Shikso is on his way up to the castle age. Let's check the status of Sapsan's advancement. Sapsan is about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way up to the castle age. So that explains why we've seen additional stables come down, or an additional stable come down. I think we'll probably see a third one. I think both players are going to do some kind of mirror 3-stable knights, but maybe not. You never know with these guys. Yeah, 2 stables for Shikso as well. Shikso might go into camel, actually. Okay, so he's got all these spearmen, and he's got a single archer picking off the scout. And now Sapsan is going to fight that, but he's going to withdraw from his gold. Sapsan will be okay. He wants to build a town center here. These are pretty weak feudal age units. This archer doesn't have fletching. And there are a couple of knights out. Sapsan microing the villager out of harm's way. And, yeah, these spearmen are not going to last very long. Sapsan does not even send his knights to deal with it. Why would you? Why would you take free damage like that? So he's going to build this town center on the gold, which is a good location. He's got another lumber camp here. You have to be careful about overchop. And, yep, Shikso going into camel. So Sapsan will not be able to fight this. And Shikso is also going into monastery. So he is that concerned about knights. He's making 2 counters. He's making camels and he's making monks. So, guys, remember, standard victory conditions. So maybe Shikso feels like, hey, if I just get the relics, I can win. Now, Lithuanians have built a monastery too. And we see a monk coming in for Sapsan. Lithuanian monasteries work faster. Could be a challenge for Shikso to keep up. Shikso sending that monk in, and he wants it to go and get this relic right away. Does not want Sapsan coming and taking that relic. It's kind of the sort of the most central relic. So it's a good one to get first if you feel like relics will be heavily contested, which they will be. Now, I don't think Sapson has scouted this monk, so he doesn't know that Shikso is on his way over there. Sapson has actually made a monk, but he hasn't sent it out for relics yet. He may have forgotten. Okay, now Sapson sees this monk with relic walking home. Sapson has a little bit of vision out here. A little bit harder to build town centers out here, but not impossible. And I think that's what Shikso wants to do. Probably wants to build a town center right here-ish. On another, secure another wood line. He's got the resources for it, but they're just kind of waiting. Sapson asks how. I don't know what he's asking how about. I missed it. How the F, says he.
Timu.
Long conversions. So it must be referring to Sapson losing a few monks trying to get some conversions. Or maybe failing to convert Shikso's units. I'm not sure. Yeah, here it is. Here's another town center. He's even sending a couple of pointy boys to help out. Make sure that that goes up. So let's see. How many relics does Shikso have? He's got 2 relics. And... okay, just grabbed that one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sapson sees that. Says, no thank you, we're going to put a stop to that. Which is unfortunate for Shikso. Now Sapson's going to go and snag this relic for himself. Because he does not want to share. So Shikso has a bunch of camels, but he hasn't really made a move against Sapson. He's kind of afraid of him. Let's take a look at the villager count. Shikso actually is ahead on villagers. Sapson has 61 and Shikso has 66. So it is an advantage for Shikso. Sapson is theoretically behind, even though Sapson has the score lead. Maybe Shikso's luck will run out here. Oh, conversions. He does get a conversion. He loses a monk. So now this monk is going to go and pick up this relic, and I think Shikso's going to try to come back and stop it. There's another monk here. Steppe Lancers are in the wood line. That's never good. So Sapson needs to be careful. These Steppe Lancers could easily kill a lot of villagers. They're excellent raiding units. Relic is snagged. Let's take a look and see how many relics. Sapson has 1 relic. Now let's see how many relics Shikso has. Shikso has 2, and he's getting devotion to make his units harder to convert. Now Sapson coming over here for a raid. He's going to return the favor. Shikso has not noticed yet. Sapson is in on the wood line. He's in on 2 wood lines, actually. Alright, Shikso now notices after a few villagers go down. I don't know if that town center is full, but it doesn't matter. Sapson coming back around looking for more damage. And Shikso's army is not chasing him, and they should be. I'm not really sure what's going on there. What is Shikso doing? He's just letting his town... Alright, he's moving his camels in now. That's strange. I've never seen a 2K player react like that. He must have gotten distracted somehow. Let's see how many relics does Shikso have. He still has the 2. another monk. He's cleared this up. He's chasing this last knight down. Let's take a look. Now Sapson is ahead in villagers because of the raid. And Sapson's sending an army of monks out across the map. We will see. I don't think he's going to start converting that. No, he's too distracted. But we got a builder. Here comes a building lady. I bet she's going to build a siege workshop. I bet Sapson goes all in Castle Age here. Yep. Siege workshop. I'm not really sure what a monk push this late into the game does when your opponent is boomed up to make like scouts from 3 stables simultaneously. But I don't know, maybe. He's got a bunch of knights here to help out. But, you know, like, bring your camels back. Defend your base. This is a lot of monks, though. This is actually a pretty intimidating monk count. So he's building another stable now. And is he going to start making light calves? Yeah, it looks like he's queued up a camel and a light calf. Sapson making a mangonel, but there are a lot of monks here. Shikso is afraid of them. He is diving with some light calf. Some reinforcements are arriving for Sapson. The mangonels... Okay, they're going to go and destroy the production buildings, which is a good choice. Force Shiksa to make more production. Shikso doing the smart thing and just massing up units while waiting to take a fight with the monks. Oh. What is this? Sapson coming. He's going to drop a castle on this monastery. I wonder if he'll build a monastery of his own and then take the relics for himself. Start a relic countdown. That would be pretty... That'd be a weird way to go. I think Shiksa needs to dive this now. He needs to fight right now. Yep. And he is. These mangonels are attacking the camels, which is so weird. But it was effective. Camels have less armor than the knights. Shiksa's in big trouble. His camels have been cleared up. And now... Sapson is town center rushing him. Shikso calls the GG. So, Sapson tying it up. What an amazing game. I'm not sure why Shikso was so hurt during the raid. It seemed like Shikso had the ability to prevent some of that damage for the raid, but failed to, for whatever reason. It could be that he was distracted, either in-game or outside of it. I'm not really sure. But we can definitely conclude that Sapson threw Shikso out of the comfort zone, lamed him early on, and Shikso was caught off balance here, and Sapson got the better of him, which was pretty impressive. So guys, I'll be right back. But first, let's take a look at the statistics, and then I'll be right back. Better military count here. So again, 2-to-1 kill-to-death ratio, because a lot of this are villagers, and Shikso isn't getting good fights. Sapson with 5 conversions. larger army. But ending it in Castle Age. Full-on Castle Age push. Villager high 104 to 83. And Chicxo captured 3 relics, but it was destroyed. So now we're going to look at Smoky versus Wizanatic. I'm going to pause it. I'll be right back, guys. Let me refill my water here. I like when matches go 1-1. Well, that is kind of our objective. If our matches are going 2-0 all the time, then that means that we are not doing a great job of balancing the matches. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Let's take a look at the statistics for these players. So these guys, we're talking about Smoky versus Wizanatic. So this is an even higher level match. Smoky around 2.2k and Wizanatic about 2k. It's right around here. So number 2 versus number 4 seed in the entire league. So again, some pretty high level games. So let's get into it. First map is map of the round, Nomadas, as always. Looking at Smoky's point of view here, but we could just as easily check and see how Smoky deciding. This is a good spot for my town center. And Wizanatic here. This is actually kind of a smaller generation of the Nomadas map, I think. Wizanatic has somewhat of a graceless hillock here. If Smoky got a mangonel up here, some units up here, this could be a big pain. Smoky looking around. Wizanatic, let's take a look at his Fog of War. Fog of War kind of gives him a general idea of some of the features around. He sees that there's a boar here. And Smoky's Fog of War is similar. So neither of these players really know what's going on yet. Looks like this edge is landlocked here, or locked by land, I should say. But it's not like a complete thing, and you can still sort of partially sail around, which should be fun. I think Smoky is about to find Wizanatic. Perhaps not. He's got some sheep. Smoky's pretty clever. So if he sees the sheep disappears, he'll know. He'll know that his opponent is over there. There it is. Wizanatic gets his house up. Has Wizanatic built a dock yet? No, but he is going to build a dock. Smokey's going to build a dock too, but he's going to build this house first. So let's talk about the civilization. Smokey's playing as the Mongols, and Wizanatic is playing as the Persians. So Persians a great nomad civ, strong economy, strong on nomad because they've got faster working docks, and they start with extra wood so they can afford to build a fishing ship sooner. Mongols, I'm not really sure about the Mongols pick, honestly, but I don't know. Maybe Smokey has a plan with the Mongols that we don't understand. We'll just have to watch and find out. Smokey moves in mysterious ways sometimes. He's eating his water buffalo, which is smart because it has no vision, so you might as well eat it first. Wizanatic going to eat his water buffalo as well. So let's take a look at their fog of war and see what they know. Smokey knows that he lost a sheep over here. So he's going to have an idea that Wizanatic is somewhere over here. Let's take a look at Wizanatic's fog of war. So Wizanatic appears to have lost a sheep over here, so he'll have an idea that Smokey is in this general direction. Neither player has formally really scouted their opponent's buildings with their own scout. Wizanatic just wants to learn as much as possible about the map. He's got all these sheep scouts, and they're almost better than his... Oh, that was weird. This thing just disappeared. Than his own heavy swordsman. But he's still moving that as well. The advantage about the heavy swordsman is that it does not get converted by enemy units. So does Smokey have an advantage in position? Here comes Wizanatic. Let's take a look at his fog of war. So he has no clue. There's Smokey's town center. He sees it. He gets out. Smokey's after him. He comes back this way. So he now knows exactly where Smokey is. He's going to be like, alright, well, I'm going to take the sheep while I get out of here. He's going to come and take this boar. Now, has Smokey made contact with Wizanatic's town center? No. He's got an idea that Wizanatic is down here somewhere, but he doesn't specifically know where he is. So I'm wondering if we're going to see a little bit more aggressive of play out of Wizanatic, because Wizanatic does technically kind of have sort of limited space here. He's got good stone. This gold is decent. But, you know, if Smokey is fighting a losing battle and getting pushed around, he has a little bit more space to escape. Whereas Wizanatic, I feel like he's got a little bit less space to escape, but I don't know how much he needs. Smokey is not going up to the feudal age yet. What about Wizanatic? Nope, still not yet either. Villager count is pretty low, so I wouldn't really expect it. I think Wizanatic will harvest this deer completely and then build a mill on these berries. That would be my guess. Could be wrong. He needs a mill. Without a mill, you can't build a market. Smokey starting to go on to gold. Wizanatic just about to click up to the next stage. He could actually cancel. Oh no, okay, he's just going to turn that food into wood here. Wizanatic will click up to the feudal age after building his lumber camp, presumably. Yep, there it is. No! Okay, there it is. He's going. So what's the plan here? Is the plan feudal aggression? Has Smokey found Wizanatic yet? No, he still hasn't found him. So is Smokey going fast castle? They're sharing the fish, so both players know that there's an opportunity to mess with their opponent on water. Wizanatic will get feudal age first, I believe. In addition to his town center working faster. Maybe not. Smokey clicked first. Wizanatic needs to build a mining camp here. Then he can afford to sustain... There we go. He can afford to sustain fire ship production. Nope, Smokey is first. Smokey deciding he does not want to share this fish with Wizanatic. He's going to come back here instead. Smokey might actually build another dock back here, but I don't think so. Wizanatic is going to build a fire galley. Let's see if Smokey's making a fire galley. He is. And his fire galley will be done first. So they are going to fight over water, and why not? It's a bunch of villagers at stake. They both have built 5 fishing ships, while Wizanatic's actually built an extra one. He's building a house too, apparently. And Smokey's on his way up to the castle age. So Smokey making a single fire ship just to harass a little bit, take advantage of his cleaner build order. Wizanatic is going to attack Smokey's fire ship first, and he will destroy it. He actually will save many of his fishing ships. Smokey not building another fire ship, so he can't really do much with this. Smokey using a fishing ship to block the flames. Wizanatic has to withdraw, which is pretty annoying. I did not actually realize you could do that until I saw Sapson trying something to that effect. So now we'll probably see... Oh, and now Wizanatic is doing the same trick against Smokey. He's got to withdraw. It's a fishing ship in the way. Oh, dang. So annoying. You gotta imagine these guys microing that. It's just, ugh. Wizanatic has built another fire ship there, just for good measure, and he's sending a villager over to repair. So Smokey is not winning water. Not until he builds another fire galley, which apparently he has to. Because Wizanatic was paying attention. So what's Smokey going to do as soon as he hits the castle age? Well, Smokey is heavily on stone. And what's Wizanatic doing? I guess he's just trying to steal Smokey's sheep. And Smokey not going to allow it. He's coming back over here. I guess he's saving those sheep. Sending villagers across this way. Wizanatic scouts it. So he knows something is up. Wizanatic has smartly built a house right here so that Smokey cannot castle drop him from that hill, which is huge. But Smokey's going to castle drop him from the hill anyway. And so now what does Wizanatic do? Well, he's got to fight it. Smokey doing his best to quick wall. And I guess Wizanatic gives up on it. Decides to just let it go. Can't really stop it, so it sucks. But it is the way of nomads sometimes. So Wizanatic is not really going to be able to take wood here. Smokey will probably make Mangadai. So he's building a tower, and he's probably going to buy some wood and build a lumber camp here, or maybe... Oh wait, he needs to get up to the next age. Okay, sorry, I didn't realize that he's still in feudal age. That is hard. Good news for Wizanatic is that Mangadai are kind of awful until they get upgrades, and this Mangadai only has fletching. So Wizanatic needs to abandon this gold mine, or he needs to get a range upgrade or 2. Yeah, he can't keep doing this. He's taking too many villager losses. So he pulls back after losing 2 villagers. Smokey just gonna dive it.
Almost dead.
Wizenatic is in big trouble. He is about to hit the castle age, which is good news for him. He's got Mangadai running everywhere. He's built a couple of towers. His Mangadai are camping the base of the tower. Luckily for Wizenatic, Persian TCs have twice the hit points. He's going to come over here and he's going to build himself a new town center. I'm going to try to get this town center up, but here comes Smokey. And this town center will not go up. Smokey will micro down all of these villagers. Wizenatic calls the GG. Oof, harsh game. Smokey brutal with that nomad build order. Wizenatic's late castle age killed him here. I'm not really sure what happened. It seemed like he had a good chunk of resources. Maybe he overinvested into fighting Smokey on water. We can see that Wizenatic did indeed clear up Smokey's fish. But Smokey's showing us that you don't need to have water control on Nomad in order to win. Sometimes you can goad your opponent into overinvesting. So with that, we'll cast the next match. Most of these kills for Smokey versus Wizenatic were villagers. In fact, I don't think Wizenatic made a single military unit, except for maybe a fire ship. So these are pretty much all villagers here. Smokey winning that game with 7 military units, which is crazy. Wizenatic more food, Smokey more of everything else. Go back to the replays. GG. The next one... Oh, that's weird that this is called... Well, anyway, this is called Game 1 for whatever reason. Game 2, even though it's called G1, is Lithuanians versus Vikings on Nicaea. Nicaea is a version of northern... Wait, what? We just watched this one. I don't know. Let's try loading this one. Something's up with this replay manager. Alright, here we go. So they were named correctly, but they were showing the wrong thing. So you start with a transport ship. You start with your scout. You start out housed. This is my version of Northern Isles. We got Wizenatic down here at 7 o'clock, and we got Smokey up here at 1 o'clock. And the geese, they wander. You can push them in with your scout. They are not capturable. And the geese can walk on water too. Or go into the water rather. Kind of like real life geese. Got all these little islands around. Lots of fish around them. And you've got these other bigger islands that you could build additional town centers or other buildings on if it gets there. So far the matches on this map have been pretty entertaining, I think. It's hard to say exactly, like, are ships overpowered? Well, there is a lot of opportunity to go places with ships here. There's a lot of places that ships can go and exert power. But you do start with a stone that's really close to your town center. And you can generally take that to build towers to fight ships off of your coastline. We got fair islands here. So these islands will never be connected by the little miniature outcroppings to each other, nor will they be connected to the player islands. And what else? Trees have 3 times the wood storage. You can see here. So Vikings versus Lithuanians. Why would anybody pick Lithuanians on this map? I'm not really sure. Maybe Smokey wants to do some kind of like Instadoc thing But he's taking, I don't know, he's taking food here. So, I don't know. They have a solid economy. Smokey hopping in the transport ship. Looks like he's going to go check out his opponent. Maybe he's planning some aggressive plays against him. Vikings are, of course, classic water civilization, so it's not really a mystery there. I would love to see people transport villagers out and, you know, mill these fish out here. There's so much food. There's not a lot of shore fish on your home island, but there is a lot of fish along these little islands here. So I guess Smokey, I don't know what this is. Let's take a look at Smokey's Fog of War. What was he looking for? He found a relic and some deer, or geese in this case. And he's like, that's enough. That's all I need to see. I don't understand. Does anybody know why Smokey did that? I guess he just maybe wanted to see where his opponent's island was. I don't know. Or maybe he decided, oh, I need to lure this goose in. Let me get that goose in, and then I can go explore some more. Don't know. I do know that Wizanatic is coming to explore. So he's going to offload on Smokey's Island and have a look around. Wizanatic needs to be careful, though, not to lose his scout. And you generally are. And he's got his transport ship kind of tagging along, so he's conscious of that. Ooh, there's a boar, he thinks, but this scout will not be able to kill that boar. So he's going to get some good info on how Smokey's base is set up. He sees that Smokey's built a dock in the back. And he's thinking, maybe I can trap this villager and kill it. This could be a good win for him. Oh, but the villager manages to path around the transport ship, which is pretty unlucky. He'd love to have that villager, but I think Smokey will come and stop him. Smokey's sending a scout. Is the scout going to get here in time? Oh my goodness, Smokey quick walling. He manages to save the villager. Oh, that's so annoying. Unfortunate for Wizanatic. He could have used an advantage like that. Now Smokey sees Wizanatic's scout and he is in pursuit. Wizanatic sees Smokey's scout and he is in flee. He's fleeing. And he's going to hop into the transport ship and sail off into the sunset. So, he comes over there, he tries to snipe a villager, he nearly succeeds, and then Smokey chases him away. Okay, Wizanatic has hopped back out of the transport ship and he's checking out some more of Smokey's base. This seems like a really important mission for him. He is very curious about Smokey's base. Smokey doesn't want Wizanatic anywhere near him. So Wizanatic is going to come and... Oh, he's going to get a hill advantage. Oh! Alright, Wizanatic manages to get out of there. You got to be careful with that scout. It's very easy to lose. Alright, Smokey doing a landing on Wizanatic's base. We need to see if Wizanatic knows of this. Wizanatic's going to build a house here. He does not spot Smokey. Maybe the vision of the house will reveal what Smokey is up to. Okay, he did see it. Yeah, he sees it. He knows. He's like, get out of here! Get out of here! And Smokey is going to try to get away. He's brought his scout over. Try to get a villager pickoff here. Smokey wants... He's going to quick wall. Oh, dang. That villager's going to hop into the transport ship, and Smokey has built himself an archery range, so Wizanatic is going to respond by building a tower. Yes, towers on this map. He should build with more towers. Wizanatic's like, get out of here. Smokey keeps trying to come back and interfere. He's actually made a galley, which is really smart. And that galley is going to allow him to stop Smoky, the Smoky villager. Smoky really wants this archery range to go up. He does get it up. It's going to cost him that villager, though. He's going to try to save the other villager. And it looks like he will succeed. Transport has just enough health to get that villager out across the sea. Wizanatic is going to try to kill it, but it walks out of range. And now Wizanatic is going to build this tower just to keep an eye on that archery range. He still has 2 villagers attacking the archery range, which is not the most efficient thing in the world. And it will be annoying. But he mitigated most of that damage. So Wizanatic is going to come back here. He knows that Smoky's fishing back here. He wants to kill those fishing ships. Smoky does have 3 fishing ships. And he's got a fire galley to protect it. So Smoky is thinking about that. And Wizanatic is just going to send the boys. But super annoyingly, the boys are walking away because Smoky's microing it. And Wizanatic is just going to shank down this archery range. I love it. He's just like, yeah, you know, I don't want this archery range here, so I'm just going to devote all these villagers to destroying it. I think he's going to lose some villagers, though, doing that. This goes, 1 villager goes down, 2nd villager is going to go down. And I think he's losing villagers needlessly here, almost for free. Okay, now the archers are fighting uphill. But for Wizanatic, you know, there's no enemy villager here, so he loses 2 villagers shanking this. And he does destroy it. So Smoky's got these annoying 4 archers on Wizanatic's home island. Wizanatic has to rebuild his... The archers are laming that goose, which is kind of funny. Wizanatic rebuilds his lumber camp here underneath the tower. And I guess he's just going to have to deal with these annoying 4 archers. Smoky plowing right into the town center arrow fire here. He manages to save 3 of them. Wizanatic walling that off, but of course you can't wall to the edge of the island, which is unfortunate. Designed to encourage towers. It is only 3 archers, but Smoky is super annoying with archer micro. So it might as well be 15. So Wizanatic is significantly in the lead at this juncture. He's got a skirmisher, he's Vikings, he's got Viking economy. Skirmisher goes down, he's going to have to make another one. But Smoky also lost an archer, so Smoky's only got 2 archers now. Wizanatic has destroyed a ship that Smoky made. And I actually... Okay, Smoky built another dock over here. Smoky's still taking wood. Where is Smoky's food income coming from, though? It says he's got 10 villagers on food. Okay, here they are. They are berry pickers. So Smoky's economy is sustained by berries. And Smoky is nearly Castle Age. So Wizanatic, again, nowhere near Castle Age. So Wizanatic just needs to do the damage here. He needs to kill these 3 fishing ships and be happy. But Smoky's running off and trying to hide them. I guess he's going to kill the fire ships. Smoky going for the fire ship upgrade? I would assume he is. Yeah. War galley. Okay, actually Wizanatic is going to stumble across these fishing ships. Oh, no. Just barely misses them. Smoky trying to keep them alive. Last time Wizanatic was very late up to the Castle Age, and Smoky crushed him for it. Wizanatic with a 5 villager lead over Smoky. He's making more and more ships. Let's see if Wizanatic is close to the Castle Age. He is. He's not going to have the same fate befall him this time that happened last time. That's his resolution. So if I'm Wizanatic, why not build docks back here, right? It's safer. Do a little fish boom back there. This is a fire ship, but I think the fire ship is sufficiently outnumbered by galleys. And actually, Vikings don't get fire ship anyway. They have to go war galley. But if Wizanatic can get there, if he can get to, like, not war galley, but longboat, that could be very powerful for him. As the score flips, Wizanatic has started farming. He sort of knows. He's not really in a position to contest water right now. Smokey can mass produce these fire ships, and Wizanatic can't really stop him. He's technologically behind. He's got to get fletching. He's getting that just now. Smokey has built a siege workshop, so Wizanatic needs to, like, hurry these fire galleys over here to deny the siege workshop. Wizanatic is going to build a tower, but the tower is not up in time, so he reacts too late, and now we're going to get a villager fight here. Wizanatic is microing the galleys, and he didn't realize. Wizanatic Castle Age. We're probably going to see War Galley upgrade immediately. No, we're going to see Bodkin first. Makes sense. It affects more things. What do we got? A mangonel in here? Let's check. Let's see what Smokey has hiding in this siege workshop. Yeah, it is a mangonel. That could be pretty dangerous. Wizanatic walling the siege workshop in. Smokey building a monastery on this side. I think Vikings get demolition ship. It could be a good opportunity to use them. Wizanatic wants to build a dock here. Try to expand out this way. Keep water production going. But again, Smokey with the faster Castle Age. Wizanatic taking out Smokey's fishing ships. Oh, nope, Smokey managed to save that one. Wizanatic building a siege workshop of his own. Demolition raft would be really handy right now from this dock. Just boom. Villagers shanking the mangonel. Mangonel getting a hit, killing a villager. Smokey with a big villager lead over Wizanatic now. I'm not sure how that happened. I don't think it had anything to do with the fishing ships because there weren't really that many fishing ships going on. It could just be Smokey is booming. Yeah, Smokey booming. That's why. Wizanatic going to build the town center here. It's a smart town center location, I think. It's reasonable. But Smokey building another siege workshop just to be a pest. Wizanatic is going to need to move this ram over here. Maybe make a mangonel to deny these sorts of things. You can't really get in because the fire ships are being super annoying. Town center is going to go up though. Garrisons it. Tries to kill Smokey's villagers, but Smokey is slippery. Smokey's made a monk. He's actually made 2 monks. And Smokey is going to do some kind of Lithuanian siege and monk push against Wizanatic on this map, which is pretty wild. Smokey would even attempt such a thing. We got a mangonel. I don't know that Smokey has redemption, but the Lithuanians do have access to the technology. Wizanatic seeing the enemy mangonel. Smokey anticipating the movement of that mangonel and attack grounding it. Wizenatic building a defensive castle. He's got a... he must figure I've got this battering ram, so I can at least keep these mangonels busy while my castle goes up. But the mangonel... Oh no! Oh no! Okay, Wizenatic can get this castle up while this other mangonel is distracting them. This castle is do or die. He needs this castle up. This castle will deny both of these siege workshops, and it will deny most of this monastery. I mean, Smokey has another siege workshop up here, but it's not that menacing. It's just made a ram that's working on Wizenatic's other buildings. And he's got a berserk out. Smokey did not have time to get redemption. He is going to convert the berserk, though. He's trying to. But this mangonel flattens it. And Wizenatic has rebuffed Smokey's advances for now. So now what do you do if you're Smokey? I think you go into ships. Nope, Smokey is going into stone. So I think Smokey... Oh, he's thinking about Imperial Age. Okay, and he wants to build a castle as his building. That makes sense. How's Wizenatic? How's his economy doing? So Wizenatic's food is suffering. He doesn't have a lot of space to build farms. He needs fish. But fish are hard to come by. Especially when your opponent has control of the water. So for Wizenatic, the play is to make a lot of longboats. And he's got the resources for it anyway. He really needs to get up to the next stage to do that. Or he needs to get these docks down to do that. And then he'll make a bunch of longboats. And longboats are special. They are effective against fire ships in a way that normal galleys are not. Because longboats fire a ton of extra arrows. And those extra arrows essentially triple or quadruple the minimum damage that the longboat does against a fire ship. Here's why. Because fire ships have enough pierce armor that the normal arrows of longboats only do 1 damage apiece, with a minimum of 1 damage. If a longboat is firing additional arrows, then it's doing 1 damage for every single one of those extra arrows. So in a situation where a galley would normally do 1 damage, a longboat would be doing 3 or 4 because of its extra arrows. Demo ships are a lot of fun to watch, yes. Wizenatic does not want to let that dock go down. He's coming into repairing it. He's going to repair it. Wizenatic loves his galley micro. He's got a couple more longboats here. And Smokey wanted to do the damage before Wizenatic got to longboats. He did do a bunch of damage. Wizenatic is making berserks. What is this? What is this? What's Smokey doing over here? He's Imperial Age. I bet Smokey drops some villagers here and he's going to try to build a castle. That would just be insane, though. I guess he's got some ships to help, but his opponent has a big cluster of longboats here. There it is. Sneaky castle drop. Does Wizenatic see it coming? Of course he does. There it is. It's in his vision. I mean, maybe Wizenatic doesn't react to it in time, but he can certainly see it. Yep, now Wizenatic is going to counter castle. Going to try to prevent that. Actually, if you're Wizenatic, you'd be better off sending your villagers to fight Smokey's village. Okay, he's doing that. And reduce the number of builders that Smokey has. And yeah, he's gonna deny that castle. Dadgum. Smokey might finish that castle later. I don't know. But that was a pretty bold castle attempt from Smokey. So the players are really close, actually. I think Wizenatic has done a good job of fighting off Smokey, which is not easy. Smokey is very good at messing with you. So what's Smokey's plan now? Smokey kind of has his entire island that he's colonized. But he hasn't. Neither player has expanded out to these extra islands here. I was kind of hoping to see that. So Smokey's just going to build a castle here. He has not deleted that, and he probably will not delete that. Why would you? You can get like 200 stone left or 150 stone left, and then you give up any chance of potentially finishing it someday. It's not worth it. So Wisnatic going for university. Both players actually are. Smokey's is going to go up first. Wisnatic wants the ballistics. So as soon as we see this university go up, actually not as soon as, because he doesn't have the wood for it, but we will probably see Wisnatic getting ballistics here pretty soon. Smokey probably is already getting it. No, actually, he's getting chemistry. Chemistry is more important to him. The Lithuanians, I believe, they get cannon ships. So, the play for Smokey could be just, I need to just make many, many cannon ships. Wisnatic sniping that monk and then deciding not to fight anymore. Wisnatic wants Imperial Age now. He's stabilized his own territory. He's got some castles up, and he just needs to get up to the Imperial Age so he can get elite longboat, and he can fight off Smokey's Imperial Age galleons. This is a pretty good game. The first game was a little bit rough, I think. I think Wisnatic had a hard Dark Age, or maybe he just went crazy on water in that Nomad game. This is actually pretty competitive. Smokey 114 villagers to Wisnatic's 86. Wisnatic, remember, has Viking economy, though, so it's a little bit different. And Smokey, what is this? Smokey building watchtowers here? Because he kind of wants to deny this channel. Wants to keep his opponent from getting in here. I honestly don't understand the watchtowers. But he could have just a reason. Just don't know what it is. There's always a reason with Smokey. So third castle has gone up. Wisnatic has really nailed down his base here. He should expand. Should build a castle up here, build a town center up here, build some farms around it, or build a bunch of docks back here. But the micro from these players is just so intense that neither one has really taken the time to do that. Although Smokey is finally coming over here to take these resources. Alright, so the cannon ships are here, but Wisnatic is in Imperial Age. Smokey getting heated shot, that's so funny. Let's see what Wisnatic does with his Imperial Age. He's getting... Oh, Wisnatic is going into galleons. What? No, that can't be right. That can't... Oh, no, it is right. He's making war galleys. I wonder why that is. I don't know. Maybe they're cheaper, easier on gold. His gold income is limited, actually. So that could be a reason why he's doing it that way. No monastery, no relics. So these towers are going to prevent Wisnatic from easily getting over here to fight this off. He's going to have to go all the way around. So I guess that is kind of annoying that Smokey has towered off this area. These towers, yeah, these towers are just ripping those longboats up. Wisnatic has to come up this way. He's getting chemistry, repairing the castle to buy himself some time. Smokey building guard towers everywhere. Now he wants to close this straight off. Towers are kind of OP, says Smokey. Smokey kind of OP, that's what I say. They are tough in these situations, though, because the channels are relatively narrow. It takes a lot to get into towers. You know, you got to get all the tower upgrades, get heated shot, have to be ahead, like, and Wisnatic could be trebbing these towers if he dared to step out. Hey, T-Bomber, welcome. Now Smokey has gotten keep. I did want to make a map where towers were a little bit more prevalent. I wish that Wizanatic had, like, fishboomed back here. Or maybe built over here and over here sooner. But he was under a lot of pressure. So the castle goes down. Wizanatic is out of gold on his home island. He could get these relics, and that could give him a little bit of a trickle. He's housed. He's got to go all the way around because Smokey has built towers over here. Smokey has a huge armada. Look at all those galleons. He's building another lumber camp to help him take this wood over here. Smokey's siege workshop has somehow survived this battle. Even though there's a ram resting right here, I'm not really sure how that siege workshop survived. Wizanatic is calling the GG. He's just overwhelmed. His island has no gold on it. Smokey's been expanding to his adjacent islands. And this naval battle went very, didn't go so great. Wizanatic, I think Wizanatic should have expanded sooner. But it's hard to say. Smokey's attack was quite disruptive. So, there you guys go. Smokey versus Wizanatic. Smokey getting another 2-0. I think he's undefeated so far in this league. We gotta get somebody to beat Smokey. Who knows? Maybe somebody will pick a home map or will ban Smokey's favorite map. And then they'll be able to tie it up. Let's take a look at the statistics here. So, military KD is actually similar. Smokey did a lot of damage with buildings destroyed. He converted a couple of units, and he had a slightly larger army too. More resource collection, which makes sense because he was always harassing Wizanatic to prevent the Vikings from getting a good economic lead. Wizanatic was first up to feudal age, but here again, Smokey really benefiting from a quicker castle age time. Under-investing in feudal age, but looking like he was doing something dangerous. And I think that was kind of Smokey's strategy in both of the games here, and it worked out. His opponent overreacted, and Smokey was able to perfectly balance his economy and get up to castle age in a lightning speed. Yeah, that's true. Smokey got the upset this season against Lucho, but Lucho will come back prepared next sprint, I think. Smokey captured 3 relics, 1120 relic gold, 131 villager high. So, good game, well fought. Oh man, it's tough. So, let's see, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock. Alright, I'm actually not going to cast... I was thinking about casting Jasuni versus Core Diamond, but I don't think I'm going to do that tonight. I think I'm going to work on the Denali map that I've been making for the next season of Alchemy League. I've really enjoyed having you guys in chat, and these have been some fun sets to cast. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and hopefully I will see you guys again soon. So let's see here. Alright, yep, thank you everybody, and we'll catch you for the next set. I'm going to try to cast as many as I can, while still also keeping up with preparation for the next season of Alchemy League.